Hello, welcome back to Unraveled Gaming. We have today the Thunderspeaker is the solo Spirit Island spirit that we will be using. This one I believe is going to present me, I would like to say a new challenge or a more challenging one, but I have lost with two spirits and one with one, so I would argue I'm just not that good. But we're going to do the solo run through with the Thunderspeaker and see what we can do to these invaders, and we'll go from there. So the Thunderspeaker has the use of the Dahan. Really, they have their power is my influence or presence can move with Dahan. Whenever a Dahan moves from one of my lands to another land, I can move my presence with it. And sworn to victory. For each Dahan destroyed by invaders ravaging a land, I destroy one of my presence within one of that land after losing presence to blight if relevant. So basically, when the Dahan are destroyed, it actually hurts me too. So I really don't want Dahan to be destroyed. I really want to use them to their best benefit and see what we can do. If I have 4 wind, then I can use a power as a fast power to gather the warriors. And so I can gather up to 1 Dahan per wind I have, that's slow, and push up to 1 Dahan per sun I have. Not bad. But I need a wild to do that. And again, this one, 4 wind, will make it fast. If I destroy 1 town for every 2 Dahan in target land, so you need 2 sun and a fire to do that. Have to get at least up to 2 cards. And I can destroy a city for every 3 Dahan in target log. Okay. So I really want stuff that is going to help the Dahan, use the Dahan to my greatest advantage. That's kind of what we want to be doing here. So let's see. Our opening growth is we have we can reclaim our cards and gain 2 power cards, which is interesting. That would give us a pretty interesting start. I can add a presence to a land with Dahan and up to a 2 away from where I already have presence, I guess. Or I can add a presence to a land with Dahan up to 1 away. I'm not sure if that means that. I think that means add a presence to a land. It's got to be a land with Dahan. So it can be 2 away from a land I already have presence and Dahan. I think that's the deal there. Or I can add a presence and gain energy. So right now, starting out, I would gain 1 energy. I have 2 cards that are going to cost me more than 1 energy. And I have 2 cards that could help me. But this one I don't need to ravage at all. I kind of want energy, but that's going to give me air, not energy. That's going to let me play 2 cards. So I really need to get these guys uncovered and quick, but it also doesn't hurt. I really like this one because I could at least keep them from building 1 place, which wouldn't be bad. That is not a bad deal to keep them from building an area, and I can 1 away from some place that I'm at. But I would need energy. And the thing is, well, I like this 4 energy here. If I do these cheap cards, is it going to be enough? Defend 3 during Ravage. Deal simultaneously. Push up to 4 if invaders are present. 2. Well, I can get away with just playing 1 card. I like the idea of maybe doing 1 card so I can get a couple of, during my growth phase, just get some things out there, and it gives me either more energy or more cards. I need to get to where I can play more cards, but I feel like having these deals here are going to be really helpful. So I think for growth phase 1, we're going to really push trying to get stuff out and get set up. So I've got to put a presence up to 2 away from a place where I already have presence. Not a lot. I don't know if any of these require shrines. Yeah, they don't require, there's not a lot here that requires a shrine. There's none, actually, that require shrines. So I don't have to worry about shrines right now. But I do want to get 2 places. It means they are going to build in that area, and so I'm going to have to, like, not build, which is kind of annoying, but I'm going to go 1 there. Actually, I have to go to a land with Dahan, so I'll go there and I'll go there. Those will be my 2, which then will give me 2 energy on my turn. And I'm going to play Voice of Thunder. I'll have 2 air and a sun. It won't matter. That's not going to help me much. So on their turn, they are going to build. And then they are going to explore in the sand. So they'll go here, and they'll go here. And then I get to do my power card. I can push up to 4 to Han, or if invaders are present, I can create 2 fear and target land 1 away from where I'm at. Well, I kind of like pushing the Dahan into there. I don't know if that's going to help, but I feel like, because the other option is to just create fear. I could target that land and create 2 fear. Not bad. I could target that land and create 2 fear. But I kind of want my Dahan in as central a location as possible so that I can gather them together and do stuff. So I think I'm going to do that so that they are gathered, and that's off to the side. And I think that's all of my turn. So now for my turn 2, I am going to use the Add a Presence, and do I want to get to where I can play 2 cards? I don't know. Fire. Now, if I uncover this, I'd only play 1 card, but I have fire. I think getting to 2 cards is going to be valuable, and then we'll worry about fire later. So let's put 1 presence out. Well, they're going to ravage there, and then I would have no presence. So if I go there, that at least gives me some presence, and I get 4 energy. And let's see what we do. So I've got a total of 6 energy. Not bad. Well, they are going to ravage here. I could defend 3. They're going to do 3, and then that would be simultaneous damage. That's not bad, honestly. That would prevent a little damage. Um, hmm, hmm. I don't know if I want to use all of that. I think we'll do these for 3. I think we'll do that. Because then we will defend 3 here, and then we can gather 1 Dahan in a target land, and each Dahan destroys an invader. Okay, so what if we gather I don't want to lose a Dahan. I think I will gather. I'm going to choose not to gather, but each Dahan destroys an invader. I'll have 1 destroyed, and that will at least take care of that. We don't have Blighted Island. There's no fear cards. They will ravage, but it's protected here. Although I am going to do 3 damage, 2 damage. So I'm protecting 3. I'm going to destroy 1 of those, which will give me 1 fear. And they're going to ravage here, which is going to put a blight out. And then they're going to build in the sands. They don't have anything to build there. And they're going to explore in the wetlands. And then we have our slow phase. And that's it. Time passes, and we're going to go on to turn 3 with a card, 1 card to go, and we're going to come back to it there, turn 3. I believe this is the beginning of turn 4, if I remember correctly. I had to step away for a couple of days. So I am either reclaiming my cards and gaining some power cards, or I am going to add presence. Both are good and helpful. They're only going to ravage in 1 place. That's not bad. And maybe I can protect my people. Possibly. So I think, and I have 3 remaining power from previously. So I think I am going to reclaim my cards in order to, because I still have my starting cards, and I'm going to gain 2 power cards. I think I'm going to try to gain 2 minor powers. What is it I really want? I have to play 4 to play these fast, so that's not going to be terribly helpful until I have up to 4 cards and some extra leaf or wind, and I already have 1 wind permanently. So wind, sun is good, fire is good. Because sun can potentially help me destroy towns or cities for Dahan. And if I have a little bit of wild, I can gather some Dahan. So this allows me to gather a person or a village. The target land cannot have blight. It's good to know. Or I can gather up to 2 Dahan. Gathering Dahan is actually pretty helpful to me. So I might go ahead and get that for 1. Plus I get a sun and a wind, which is good. And then for my number 2 minor power, let's see. We've got quite a few. 3 different elements of their choice. That could be helpful. That gives me fire, some fear, and a push. And if I have 2 fire, I get 2 fear. So that's not bad. Called isolation. I can push 1 per Dahan. That's not bad either. I like pushing Dahan around. 1 push a invader, or actually not just an invader, an explorer. That costs 1. That costs 0. I think I'm going to go with this one for the lower cost and a little bit more push for now, which gives me, I'm just going to get 2, and I can play 2 cards. So if they ravage here, they're going to do 3 damage, which is going to kill 1 of those, but I will still take out this. I'll just lose my presence there. And I would lose any presence 1 away, but I don't have any presence 1 away, so I don't have to worry about more presence being taken. If they ravage there, they're going to build. I only get 2 cards, so probably looking at fear. Each deals damage equal to the number of my presence in target land, so I'm a little nervous about just using my presence just yet because I don't have a ton on the board, but that might be more powerful later. I'm not going to get 4 wins, so these are not going to be fast. Whew. Defend 3 during ravage. That and target land deal damage simultaneously with invaders. Well, defend 3 is pretty good. 1 away. If I target the sands with this, I'll protect and destroy the invaders. Not bad. And all right, family is back home. Gotta pause. We'll come back later. Okay, I think I was just deciding which cards to play, and I was going to play Words of Warning, and during ravage in target land I can deal damage simultaneously, but I can defend 3, so it just has to be 1 away from presence, but I have presence here, so I'm good, and the target land has to have Dahan, which it does, so we meet all the conditions, and it is a fast power. And now I can play a second card. Now they're going to ravage. They're not going to ravage there because there's nobody there to ravage. They are going to build in the wetlands, which could go badly for me. Target land with Dahan, push per Dahan. That's not bad. Well, I don't have Dahan there, so I could gather Dahan there, which wouldn't be bad. But it's got to be at a 0 range. And then they would ravage. Oh, but that would kill them. Okay, so if I did Enticing Splendor, oh, it's got to be a target land with no blight. It's got to be a target land with no blight. So I cannot hold them there. Although I could still gather. I could gather in the mountains and pull him there to keep him from building. That could be 1. I like the sudden ambush as well. I can gather. I have to be 1 away from where I have presence, which here would be legit. And I could gather a Dahan. Gather 1 Dahan. Each Dahan destroys an invader, an explorer. So I could could do that. That's actually not a bad idea. It cost me a couple of uh, things. Otherwise, they're going to build there, which... Yeah, I kind of like the sudden ambush. I do like doing that. And I have to pay 2 for that one. So I can defend 3 here, and I can gather a Dahan here, and each Dahan destroys one of these guys. Don't get any fear for that. But, and then Dahan in this land do damage simultaneously with invaders. Fantastic. But the invaders are defended 3, so they're just going to take the damage. So, we don't have a blighted island. We don't have any fear cards. Ravage, build. So they're going to ravage. This is defended, but my Dahan are going to destroy them, thus generating 1 fear because of the town destroyed. I'll take it. No ravage there. There's nobody there. They're going to build in the wetlands. Nobody here, but they will get a town here, and then they are going to explore in the wetlands. So they'll explore here. Almost didn't get to explore here because there's a town here. So, and this is not next to the coast. Well, there's a town here, so they would have explored either way. And then we don't have any slow powers we're doing, and because none of these had a power, we didn't have 2 suns that we would have gotten away with anything. We do have a whatchamajigger here, a wild symbol. So we could gather up to 1 Dahan per wind I have, and then push up to 1 Dahan per sun I have. So we could gather up to 3 Dahan in a place, and maybe just sort of think about prepping for next round, depending on what we think we want to do. So if we play Manifestation of Power and Glory, each Dahan deals damage equal to the number of presence in target land. We could protect Dahan and get them out. So we could target, it's got to be 1 away from presence. We got presence here. So we could target that land and gather 1, 2, do I even want to do a 3rd? This is interesting. I think I'm going to try something and see if it works. 3. So, for each, your Dahan may move, whenever a Dahan moves 1 of your lands, you may move 1 along with it. So, this guy would stay here, and I just have 3 presence there. Okay. Alright, let's try that. This would be a fun experiment. So then we go to next turn. Growth phase. I could reclaim my cards. But I'd only have 4. Let's see, how can I do this? What I really want to do is play that. Each Dahan deals damage equal to the number of presents in target land. But I need to move like 3 Dahan. Oh, and then I could push Dahan, but I don't want to push them. I'm just going to pass on the push there. Alright, so Voice of Thunder, push to 4. That's pretty good. Does that add... You know, I never thought about that, but I don't think that adds Dahan. I sure hope it doesn't. Range, iconography. It just means Dahan. I don't think we're supposed to add... It just occurred to me that maybe I'm supposed to add... I'm assuming I add a presence to a land with Dahan. Oh, yeah. Add a presence to a land with Dahan, up to 2 away from a current presence. Okay. Alright, so yeah, I'm playing it right. I was supposed to be adding Dahan on here, and I'm not. Well... This could be an interesting turn. This could be very interesting. I would need only those 4. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to add... Well, actually, I'm not playing cards yet. So I might do... I'm going to... would the extra fire make any difference? Extra wind does. No, not really. But it could set me up for later. So if I add a Dahan in a land with the presence, I think I'm going to go there, and I think I'm going to go there. I'm just going to put all my Dahan in one place. And then I get another card, which is kind of nice. But I'm not going to have 3 fire, so it's not going to make a whole lot of difference. So there's kind of the question of, do I want to play a card? But I might. The thing is, if I play a wind, I could have a power be fast. But I don't think it's going to help. And I could choose to make it slow. And if I have 1 wild, that's going to help me. So I'm actually going to play this one. Mainly because I need the wild symbol. I don't really need the other symbols, but now I have 4 leaf, so I could make one of these fast, but if I use it to make a power fast, then I'd have to... I think I'm just going to have this be slow, so that I don't have to worry about that, because I really want to use this bottom one here, and I can gather and then push per... Gather per wind I have, and push per sun I have. Okay, so... I think that's what I want. But this is a fast power, so I can either push... I can target a land with the Han, and I can push... one per Dahan. I kind of like the idea of pushing this here. I'll target this land, I'll push them from that land into there, and see if that helps me in the long run. And that will be that card played or done. Everything else is a slow power. I was supposed to gain 2 more power, and then I was supposed to pay 3, so I'm down to 1. And then the invaders go. So they're going to ravage in the wetlands, which means they're doing just a boatload of damage here. And that's going to come do that, but they're not here. They're not going to ravage there. Actually, that guy would have been killed either way had I not pushed him. So I probably Well, and it had to be a land with the Han I targeted. So that's fine. He can just be pushed there. No problem. So they've ravaged. They got a blight out. They're going to build in the wetlands. And now they're going to get a second village here, but there's nobody here to build. And then they are going to explore all along the coastlands, which they can. Okay, now if I did this right, I'm going to have, this should be a good turn. We'll see if I did it right. So I can push, this one has to be in a land with the Han. This can be 1 away, and I can push up to 4 to Han. If invaders are present, 2 fear. So I'm not going to get the fear, but I'm going to push up to 4 to Han from this target land, where it is at least 1 away from a presence. So I'm going to push, well, hold on, because I think I might even be able to do another one. I can gather 1 to Han per wind I have. Well, I definitely have the wind to gather a Dahan there. And then I can push up to 1 Dahan per sun I have. So, actually, if I don't even do this one, I have 3 suns. So I can push 1, 2, 3 Dahan, and I can send a presence per Dahan I send. Okay. So if I do that, that's just with my wild power there that I did slowly. Now I could push another Dahan so that I have a total of 4. The question is how much. This is going to do 1 fear, and then each Dahan deals damage equal to the number of presence I have in target land. So each Dahan is going to do 3 damage right now. So that would be 3 do. I would be knocking all of those guys out. But if I get another Dahan, I can knock out more. I could really knock them all down to almost nothing. I was just thinking, could I get fear? But I'm going to get so much fear anyway. I should probably use this push and push this guy here so that I can bring another presence in. And then use, well, I use the sun. Well, that's per sun I have. And then I have this. I have 2 sun and 1. So you can only use the symbols for one thing. So if I had used the push forwarded Han instead of this right here, well, I gathered 1 and then I pushed 1. So then if I did that and then did that, then I'd still have 2 suns left and 1 fire. Which I should. That's what I should do. I should do, instead of the first, I'm only going to push and then gather 1 and then push 1. So I'm using 1 wind and 1 sun. And then with the other 2 sun and the fire, I am going to destroy, after I play this card, gathering up to 4 Dahan. That will put all my Dahan and presence in here, and then I will destroy 1 village for every 2 Dahan in the land. So I have 2 villages, so I can do that, thus generating 2 fear. So that will get me a fear card. And then I can trigger this power, which now has to be in a land where I have presence, which it is. I generate 1 fear in and of itself. Each Dahan deals damage equal to the number of presence in the land. There's 4 presence, so each Dahan does 1. I have 4 Dahan, so I'm going to do damage to invaders 4 times. So that's going to generate 2 fear. That's going to go, that's going to go, that's going to go. All these guys are going to be wiped out because I'm going to do, each Dahan's going to do a damage to them. So they're going to be gone. And that was pretty stinking good. Now that just generated the fear card on my slow power, so that's all I'm going to get there. I don't think there's any other thing I can do. So then we go back to, I think it's like turn 6 or 7 here. I since I've stopped and started a few times, I don't remember. Okay, so here we are. So I've got one card left. I'm probably going to have to gather my cards because that one card is not going to be terribly awesome. So we're going to gather our cards, and then we'll gain, should I gain 2 majors? I'm going to gain 1 minor and 1 major. That gives me some decent options. 1 damage per Badahan, gather up to 3. I do like that. 2 fear, a target land has at least 2, you add a fear, so up to 3. Have to have a shrine. Shadows of the Burning Forest. Okay, 2 fear. A target land is a mountain or jungle, but I have to have presence in the land and invaders. So I'd have to move some stuff around to even get that, which is possible, but I like this 1 damage per Dahan, especially this next turn. So I think I'm going to, just gain a minor power card. Not bad. But that gives me 3 symbols that I really like. So that's going to be my, that's going to be 1. I definitely like that card. I'm trying to see cards that I can potentially get rid of. I might need that. You may gather 1 Dahan. Each Dahan destroys an invader. That's a pretty good one. Push 1 per Dahan, or push that, gather 1, or gather. That's a tough call. Both of these are good. This has a symbol I like. This one's a little easier to use than this one, especially with Blight. So I think Enticing Splendor will be one that goes. We're going to forget that spell. And we're going to grab 3. In fact, I'm going to put Enticing Splendor on the bottom. And we'll look at a major power and see what we get here. Well, this is fire, so that's good. Replace any, that, push all from lands as many different lands as possible. Dissolve the bonds of kinship's pretty good. Terrifying Nightmares. 2 fear, and then push up to 4 villages or townsfolk. If we get 3 moon, which is not going to happen. 4 moon we'd get 4 more fear. This has to be within 3 of a shrine. A fear and defend 6. You replace that with that, and with that. Winds of rust and atrophy. If you have all 3 of those, which isn't going to happen, it's close, but I would need the blue, which I'm not going to get. The water. I could repeat the power. Even target spirit each. Use each other's. That's not going to help us. So we're definitely not using that. So we're definitely, this is a, that one's out. We're not using that one. This one, 2 fear and push, but it's 4. I kind of think this is the most efficient. I just have to have a shrine. Plus I can do it from farther away. And it does reduce their stuff a little further. So I think I'm going to go with the Winds of Rust and Atrophy. And that is that. I'm going to get 2 energy. And then I have to see. Now they're going to ravage, but they are not going to, they don't have a place to ravage. So the coastlands is where they're going to build, though. So I really want to push them out of the coastlands. If I had 4 of those, I could do that. This is going to be tough. I mean, if I could push, if I had a way to push all 4 of those in there, I could wipe out that, or at least 2 of them would be good. No, I'd really want to push 4. So, like Voice of Thunder, it costs a 0. I could do it and then pull off Manifestations of Power and Glory. And that would actually do pretty good. Plus, I would destroy 1 for every 2 Dahan I have. Not bad. It's not bad. I don't really have much I can do there. I'm not going to have... So if I play those 2, then my only other card that I could potentially play is this one. Target a land. The target land has to have Dahan, sadly. Now, I would have 4 wind, so theoretically, I could have this be a fast power, because I have 4 wind, and then I could gather 1 away from any target land, a Dahan. So that would be fast. I could gather and then push 1 here. So it means I won't have 4 then over there. So I don't know 100% that that's what I want to do. We're going to have to pay our 3. Well, actually, I have no land with Dahan right now. I don't think I need... Well, I need this here, but that could still be slow. There's no need for that to be fast. But this could be fast. The thing is, I wonder if the Thunderspeaker... Because you have... If my power is fast and I'm using that, then am I even allowed... I don't have any more of these that I could use, because I will have used them, and then if I use that, then I'll be using the sun. You can only use each symbol 1 time. So I don't think I can do that effectively. I kind of want to get this Dahan over here somewhere. I have to target a land with Dahan. So I could... Well, I mean, I could push this here. That would be not bad. Gets it into a place where I can do something possibly. So that uses that card. But it won't generate any fear or anything like that. So then they're going to ravage, but they don't have anybody in the wetlands that they're going to ravage, and they're going to build, which means they're going to build this guy here. And then they're going to build one of these guys here, and they don't have anybody here to build. And then they're going to explore in the mountains. So they'll get 1 there and 1 there. All right. Oh, I forgot to do my fear card. So technically, this is not built. They have not explored. They have not explored. They have not built. I forgot to do the fear card. So let's do the fear card and see what happens first. So we're still on level 1. Invaders do not build in lands with cities. Whoop-de-doo. That did not help me one iota because there is no city on the board. So they're going to build, they're going to explore, yada yada. Neat. All right. So that's the build. So now I get to do my slow powers, which I didn't use these before, right? Right, I didn't use that. I just used that card. So this is slow, and I have these options. But I need to play this first, to play Voice of Thunder, because I can push up to 4 to Han. In target land, here I am going to push 4 to Han into that land. Boom. And with that, each Dahan can bring my presence. Boom. Now, I might just leave one presence in that land, because I don't know, because now I have 4 presents here, and each Dahan is going to do some damage. But before I do it, I'm going to use my 2 suns and fire. I'm going to destroy 1 town for every 2 Dahan in target land. Well, that's going to be 1 town. Whoop-de-doo. I can't destroy the village, so now let's hold on a second. I could have pushed a Dahan here and gone here, like so. Because when I pushed, I can push them to different lands. So I could have pushed 2 there and 1 there, or 3 there and 1 here. I believe I could push them anywhere, any direction I want. It doesn't have to be any particular place. I could push them all over. So if I did that, well then now, oh, but I would need 2 there, and that's not going to really cut it. So that's not going to help that much. So we'll just leave it as is. That's fine. They are kind of far away. I don't know that I had to bring, because that would have been 3, and that will still do quite a bit of damage. So I might just leave it there, so I have at least a shrine here. And now 0 away, I generate 1 fear. That was from destroying those Dahan last time, wasn't it? I think I should have another fear card. I could be cheating, but I think I should have 1 more fear card, because I think that previous one was the one I earned. So I generate a fear, and each Dahan deals damage equal to the number of presents I have in target land. So, so I have 4 Dahan, so he's going to do 3, giving me 2 fear, and then 3 other Dahan are going to do this number and kill those guys. And I mean, we're close, man. This is so close. That's a powerful card. And I can gather up to, because I haven't used my wild yet, I can target any land, 1 away from presence, 1 Dahan per wind I have. Well, I didn't use anything as fast. I haven't used wind for anything else, I don't think. So it's open. I have 4 wind unused. The only thing I've used is this 2 sun and fire. So I could gather up to, what, 4 Dahan? Wow, that one's pretty good. What I'm going to need is presence. 1 away, or energy rather. 1 damage per Dahan, or gather up to 3. Huh. I don't think I'll need that one. So this is going to be interesting. That's going to be a good one. That would be a good one. Kind of wipe out that coastline area pretty well. Dang. Okay. All right. right, so I think time passes. Explore the advanced cards. Time passes, and it's our turn again. So I don't think we need to advance our cards. So the question is, do I need to add presence? I need energy. I definitively need energy. Now, do I want fire or do I want reclaim 1? Well, I think I like the reclaim 1, and then I can get the fire and sun later. So I have to add a presence up to 1 away from a place. They are going to ravage here, so that could be an issue. It's got to be in a land with the Han. I don't have the Han there. I don't like the options there. So, but I don't know how this is going to work. So let's just do this. And then okay. Then we get 4 energy. And then we get 2 more energy from our spirit area. And then we can reclaim a card. So that has to target a land with a Han. That does too. And Voice of Thunder. Awfully good. I'll go ahead and take the Voice of Thunder. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. Okay, so now that's where I reclaim 1, and I can play 3 cards. All right. So we're gonna need some fast stuff. You're gonna ravage here. He'll kill himself on that if he ravages there. So I don't even have to do anything, but they will build there. Well, he'll kill himself before he builds. So done. Don't need to worry about that. This land here is worrisome. Defend. Okay, so 1 fear and defend 6. Replace that with that, that with that, that with that. Okay, so that's not gonna, we're not gonna get that bottom part, but we could at least get that down to there, which is not bad. There was 1 in here. I kind of like this. Let me gather 1. Each Dahan destroys. I kind of like that. Because that keeps him from building in that area and gets more Dahan over there. Now I could keep them from ravaging there. That would not be a bad deal. That would cost me 3, 4, 5. All right, and let's see. Let's go ahead and give it a shot here. So we can gather. We can gather 1 Dahan. Each Dahan destroys 1 invader. So if we gather 1 and destroy him, boom, done. All right. And then we can generate a fear, which gives us another card. And now we only need to have all villages and cities destroyed, but not the invaders. And we can defend 6 here. It's up to 3 away from a shrine, so we're good. And we can replace this with this. Boom. Done. So that's good. Now I need these out so I can see the symbols in case I have something. And then, well, this is the last one. Now we do have 4. So in theory, we have 1 fire and 1 sun. We don't have 2 suns, so that can't be fast. We do have 1 of these, which could be helpful. I gotta check the rules on the power thing because I don't want to overuse these symbols, and I'm afraid I don't want to underuse them either, because if I'm underusing them, I'm cheating myself big time. But if I'm overusing them, then that's not good either. Then I'm just cheating the game itself. So let's see. There's spirits, there's invaders, innate power, have elemental thresholds, meaning they can be used on turns. You have all the required elements. Elements are never spent, only checked. Elements from power cards do not persist from turn to turn. You have them only for as long as you have the power card in check. So they are only checked. Interesting. Which may only be used if the spirit has gained certain elements this turn. The required elements are not used up. The threshold is simply checked to see if they're in play. Spirit with 2 water in play could mean any number of thresholds requiring 2 water. You may always resolve a power as if you had fewer elements than you actually do. Resolve the base effect and all thresholds effect that you meet in order from top to bottom. If thresholds instead. Oh! Okay. Alright, so I've actually been playing that wrong. I was thinking once I used the element I couldn't. You were just checking for the threshold element. Well, whoa. That's going to change a little bit. That actually makes me more powerful. We'll take it. So I have 4 air. So then either of these could be fast. Great. That being the case, I can gather 1 Dahan per air element I have. So I could gather up to 4 in a land that is 1 away from anywhere I'm at. So, that being said, I can gather 1, 2. I will target that land and gather 2, and then I can push per sun I have 1 sun. Boom, I will do that. Let me double check damage. I've been doing damage also as if I could only do it to one thing. Population. Alright, is not limited. Only attack invaders when a spirit power prompts them to do so, or when it attack themselves. After invaders ravage a land, any surviving Dahan in that land each deal 2 damage to the invaders in that land. 2 damage from spirits is not hurt Dahan. It appears that damage can be maybe assigned to various things. If that's the case, then that 1 fella should be dead. Oh, tracking damage. Okay. Damage equal to exceeding health is destroyed. End of the turn. Time passes. Okay. Invaders. Light. Make sure I got the presence in sacred site. Energy and cards. Okay, invader phased. Ravage. Invaders fight the Dahan. Damage land. Every 2 points of damage destroys one Dahan. You must destroy Dahan as efficiently as possible. You cannot disperse damage among multiple Dahan to avoid killing them. Dahan has dealt 1 damage. Turn over his damage. Any surviving Dahan will recover at the end of the turn. After invader damage has been fully resolved in a land, after surviving Dahan, they fight back. Each Dahan deals 2 damage to the invaders. The Dahan will fight back even if the ravaging invaders deal no damage due to defend powers, but not if the ravage action has been skipped or stopped from happening altogether. Okay. Alright. Page 15 for invaders' health. Invaders, okay. Alright. So apparently the damage can be assigned, and man, I am double cheating myself. Shoot. So this guy should be dead, because I did more damage than was needed earlier for him. So I didn't have to worry about him. I could go ahead and shift a couple of Dahan over here. I suppose, for the sake of having a little extra presence, I might let one of those presents shift over with me. And then I can push up to 2 per sun, but I only have 1 that I can push, which I think I already pushed. And I'll move that guy with him. Okay. And we're defended 6 there. So that's not even using that. That's just using this. Cool. So ravage, nothing. They're ravaging 2, but I'm defending 6. So my Dahan will kill both of them during the ravage. And we'll take no damage because he's defended. And the presence is there, so we're good. So ravage did nothing there. And then they're going to build in the mountains. So yada yada, nothing to build there. And they're going to explore in the sands. Now this one they don't explore in because there's no village around. It's not on the coast and there's no village. If it was on the coast they would go ahead and explore, but it's not. So they don't actually explore into that sand area, which is just fantastic. I will take it. And now I can push up to 4 Dahan. So probably I am going to push I might as well push here so I can get closer to that, and I don't think I want to. I think I kind of want some Dahan around. I don't know, because they could expand back over here, and then I'll need presence to get them. It's kind of debatable, but if they end up, they can't really. They could go there. I don't know where they're going to explore. I'll take a chance. I'll go there, just in case I need some help there. Okay, so that's my push. I literally forgot to do the fear cards this time, which I should have done. So we'll just wait and see. I'll do all the fear cards next time, this next turn, and we'll see how it goes. So next turn, let me see. I'm very close if I destroy all those things. So defend 3 during ravage. They're going to ravage in the mountains. They deal simultaneously. That's pretty good. I like it. So words of warning is really good. 1 damage per Dahan, or gather up to 3. Cold bloodshed. Alright. So the question is, do I need the energy? Or do I just add presence? Or get my cards back? I could get my cards back. That's a thing, too. But I'm going to get to reclaim 1 card anyway because of that. So, I kind of like the idea, man, for every 2 Dahan in the land. That is so close. I'm not going to be able to do this as a fast power. That's not going to happen. I'm not going to play 4 cards. So I think I still have to play kind of the long game. But I'm going to go for putting presence down. And I'll put 1 here, because I have to put it in a land with Dahan, and I'll put 1 here. And then now I have all those elements. I will get 2 energy, and I get to reclaim a card. Now, part of it's going to be, what am I going to get to actually play? I think I like that one. So, let's say we're going to pay 2 energy. Whoops. We're going to put these down. And let's see what we accomplish here. So we want to defend 3. They're going to ravage in the jungle. 1 away from the top. So we're good. We can defend 3 here, and the Dahan are going to do their damage simultaneously in the land. Here we can push a they're going to build in the sand. Or we could push Dahan. Well, I kind of like the idea of pushing this Dahan here so we can just wipe out invaders in there. Now, I don't have 4, although let's take that back. Let's take that back because they're going to build here. We really don't want that. So let's push this guy here. Get him out of the sand so he doesn't build. They don't build anything. I think that's a little better. As much as I'd like to destroy all the invaders there, but I don't think I will be able to, and that gives me this power toward the end. I am going to have 1 damage or gather up to 3. So if I use this to gather, then I can potentially destroy a thing. I don't have 4 wind, so that's not going to matter. I'm going to have 3 wind, but I have 2 fire. I got 4 of those, so I'm very close to 3 fire. Very close. But I'm only going to get to do this one here as a slow power. But we might have a chance. That's my thing. We're on terror level 2. Let's see what happens. So each player removes 1 explorer or town from a land with 2 or fewer invaders. Well, I'm going to be killing this round. So if I take this out, I think it almost guarantees me a win. Removes 1 from a land with 2 or few invaders. I had 2 or few, and I removed it. Done. Okay? Alright. Each player may push up to 3 invaders or Dahan from an inland land. So if I'm defending 3 here and they did 4, I'm only going to do 2 damage. But it wouldn't matter. It would focus everything into this one land. So I'm going to do that, I think, and get them all kind of in one area, and then see if we can wipe them out. So now it's their turn. They're going to ravage in the mountains. This is defended 3. They're doing 4, so no damage. 1 damage is getting through, but it's not enough to cause blight. And these guys do damage they'll take 1 damage, and then simultaneously they get to do their damage anyway, so I get to generate a fear. I'll take it. And then this guy's going to get his health back at the end. So that's sort of the damage from that. That's the ravage. They're going to build, but they don't have anywhere to build. And can they explore? They are going to explore. So this is next to the ocean, so they will explore there, and they will explore there. Oh, they do not have a town there. So they won't explore because they don't have a town. So that's actually, that's it for that. So now I have to figure out these powers. I could destroy a village for every 2. Man, or 1 damage per Dahan, or I could gather up to 3 Dahan. Now, I could gather up to 1, well, technically, and technically I've won, because I meet the victory conditions. There are no villages or cities on the board. I've won the game. But just for the sake of, I just want to see what I would do this round. So I have the wild, and I can gather 1 Dahan per wind I have 3 wind. So if I target this land, I can gather 1, 2, that's it. Okay? And then I could push 1 Dahan per sun I have. I have 3 sun, but I don't really want to push the Dahan, so I'm going to pass on that part. And then I can do 1 damage per Dahan, so total of 3 damage, wipe them out, and that is that. Done. Game number 2 won. I actually got some feedback. I cheated the last game. If you see where I may have missed a rule or cheated in this game, please leave a comment. Let me know. Go over to Board Game Atlas and look me up there, Wade B 1977. Feel free to leave comments on there and let me know what mistakes I might have made. This was Thunderspeaker. So this was the 4th Spirit. I actually think I'm going to put this game up now and take a break from it for a bit, and but I want to come back to all the other spirits. So I just want to take a little break. I think my wife is ready for me to have this card table put up in the office. So hopefully you enjoyed this. Let me know what you think. Post any comments. Thank you for joining me today on Unraveled Gaming, and have a great weekend.